treat.
So this is Abner and Gilbert. They were 2 mini donkeys I worked with in the spring. They came to me from a lady that had got them off of someone who was getting rid of them. Gilbert is younger. He's about 2 or 3. And Abner's a bit older than that. So Abner was a bit more challenging and Gilbert was a bit more easygoing. They needed a lot of just human interaction. So the first day I kind of just let them settle in and do whatever. I feed them. I'll go in and kind of talk to them and give them treats and whatever. Just getting them kind of used to being around people. So here I was coming up and I was kind of giving them treats and letting them sniff me and kind of see how close they would let me get to them. Kind of get a feel for where I was at with them. Abner was a bit more untrusting. He didn't really want to be that close. Here I'm working on leading. We were practicing brushing them and seeing where that was. I was getting Gilbert here used to the rope, kind of leading them around. Here I just was cleaning up their pen, and this is just really good quality time to get them used to people being close to them or around them. You can see how they're kind of following me and kind of want to be with me. Here I took Gilbert on a walk. He was really good at leading and coming, so I was able to start walking, taking him on walks around the yard pretty soon. The horses were very interested in the mini donkeys, as you can see. So taking them on rocks is kind of just like a way to build kind of a bond with them and do something fun with them, get them out. They kind of have to trust you that you're not going to lead them somewhere, and it helps desensitize them to things.
You're going to really like rocks. Yeah, you will. What do you think? You want to go through the woods?
Here is me approaching them. I was kind of working of just walking up to them, seeing if they would come to me. You can see Gilbert here makes kind of the first move. Kind of a little unsure, but Gilbert came over and I was able to pet him. See, I kind of grabbed him there just to let him pet me. They had a tendency to kind of just come over, sniff me, and then kind of run off. So I was just rubbing him down and getting him used to me touching him, letting him know it was okay, and I wasn't gonna do really anything with him. So here I'm just practicing walking him around, making sure he's used to it. And at first they were kind of scared of this brush. I don't know why, but they were. So I was kind of just letting them sniff it. And then I was moving to their neck. I always start at their neck or shoulder and work my way around when I do new or scary things. So I'm just giving them a good brushing here. here's just me practicing walking him around. Here's me doing a little rope desensitization with him. Kind of just letting it go over his neck, over his head, touching his body, his legs. Getting used to me swinging it. Touching him all around. Now I'm going to do the other side with the brush. I always do both sides just because he was fine with the one side, and you can see here he's not fine with it being at this side at all. So that's why I always work with both sides. I'm not going to let him run from the brush because that's giving him the reverse of what I want him to do. So I just want to show him the brush until he kind of calms down. Good thing he's little because he is kind of just pulling me along there. And I don't think that Abner running around was helping me much. So you just kind of gotta, this was like my first learning, so. But you can see he's okay with it now. So now I'm just gonna brush him down. And calm down here, and I just work with brushing him with it. Here I am working with Abner. He was really didn't even like people, so he was a bit harder to work with when it came to me being around him. As you can tell, I was just kind of gonna pet him, but he was having none of that. But I worked with him with that. I was able to get the lead rope on him, but he's still hesitant with it. So we're gonna work with him through the brush again, the same way I did with Gilbert. Practicing kind of leading him, trying to get him to move. He didn't really like to move, so I slipped the lead rope around his neck, kind of like a neck rope, and that seemed to help me out a bit. I was able to kind of lead him around easier, helped him understand what I wanted. And here you can see him kind of pulling, which doesn't get you very far with a donkey, but that was a lesson I've learned through training these two. And I'm just working with the brush again. Get him, Gilbert. Get him, Gilbert. Get him, Gilbert. Why do you have his halter? Did you just steal that? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's funny. Gilbert! here I was working with Gilbert, and I was doing the walks around the yard. So I got him to come up on our deck, and he's not too scared of much, so he was able to come up on the deck, and we walked around and looked around and just kind of explored stuff. And here I am working with Abner one-on-one. I was able to get Gilbert and put him in a different pen of ours, so I could work with one-on-one without the distraction of the other, which seemed to really help Abner. Here I was just working on walking up to him. I'd let him sniff me and then I'd walk away, just to get him used to you coming up to him and knowing that you're not going to put a halter or a lead rope or anything on him, and kind of getting him to trust me coming up to him, so that way it was easier to catch, because that was one of the main problems they were having, was catching them. So I would just kind of walk and follow him until he would let me walk up to him. So not really being aggressive about it and kind of being docile. Here I'm working with Gilbert. I'm taking him on a walk.
I think she might be your best friend. You're doing so good with leading. You're alright. You're alright. It's just Popo. Pokey. Good job, Gilbert. Popo? Oh my gosh, he's striding with me. Okay, he's just fine.
Here I was putting Gilbert out with the Bogo. Bogo did not like him. I don't know that she knew what to think about him, so
Pogo, be nice.
I don't think they knew what to think about each other. But they had fun kind of running around, and Gilbert ran around out in the field.
You guys could be friends, but it's just Gilbert. What? Don't hide behind me. Go meet him. They're scaring each other. What do you think, Gilbert?
So here I had put Gilbert in the stall. We have an extra stall in the barn. It was raining out, so I just kind of put him in here. And I was just kind of spending a little bit of time with him. Here I was finally able to take Abner on a walk. Here I was working with Gilbert on going over a little creek, like a little stream. kind of just asking him to come over, being persistent about it. He did finally come over. So here I decided to put the tarp out, and I put some treats on it so that they would have to step on the tarp and kind of desensitize themselves to it. Here, I took both of them on a walk together, which really helped Abner kind of move with me, because Gilbert was there and Gilbert loved to walk, so he kind of helped Abner out there, walking them together. Here was me on one of the couple of last days where they were following me around and I was able to take their halters off. And they would come up to me and I would halter them and we'd go the lead rope. So it went from me having to chase them and grab onto the halters fast for me to catch them, to them coming up to me and allowing me to put their halters and lead ropes on, and we'd go for walks and so on. So they made a lot of progress over, I had them for 2 weeks. I was able to have their halters off and I'd come in and they'd let me put their halters on and we'd go for walks, and I got them loading on the trailer good and catching them was easy. Didn't have to catch them, they'd come to me. So overall they did really good. They were being really friendly, being around people and letting everyone touch them and pet them, and so they went home better than they came. And overall, they were really good. I had a good time training them. It was a really good learning experience, and they were fun to have around the farm. And that was the end of the training for Abner and Gilbert.
Good girl. You just chilling? What are you doing? Ginger. And behind me we have Donna. Ginger, it's right here. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my gosh. Diane! Hi, Gingy. We gotta get your sister on here. Diana's hiding. Come on, Diana. Good girl. Good girl. Good job.